If you've been sleeping on Born to Be Me or MEE NFT, then you really need to get across it. Now, they actually sent me something to check out. They've sent me some merchandise before the release. Okay, let's put it on. Okay, so I've got the merch on. So I actually spoke to the guys from MEE NFT, so Born to Be Me. They've got this brand, Born to Be Me. You can see the logo here. Now, what they've actually done is they want to create an NFT brand, but the idea is they wanted to actually take what they know how to do, which is the merchandise and the manufacture of clothing, but actually incorporate that in, and not just the way that people would usually kind of do merchandise and things like that. So I spoke to the guys back at the end of March, start of April, and this was like super early. They had sort of like 3, 4, 5,000 followers on Twitter. And now they're actually picking up a bunch of crazy steam. Now, what I love about the guys, before I kind of dive in deep, is the fact that they know how to build relationships. They've got some great collabs coming up, but the collabs they're doing are very interesting. Now, what I've actually got here is I've got this little promo that they put to get Llama's attention. So I'll actually put that video up here.
Yo, NFT Llama, you don't know us yet, but we know you. We talked with your team about a future collab opportunity, but we want to talk to King Llama himself. Let's begin. We propose an idea to your team.
So as you can see, that was a little video kind of promo that they put together for NFT Llama to get his attention, and they got his attention. And they were able to really work out fun little marketing techniques and tactics to get in front of the eyeballs that they actually want to get in front of, which I think is really cool. Now, when it comes down to the project, the stats of it, so they've got 30,000 followers on Twitter. Their website is kind of a gated kind of website. And then on their Discord, they actually have a locked Discord, but they've got almost 6,000 members in their Discord. And here are some sneak peeks of what they're actually kind of doing when it comes to their artwork. Now, what I think is really cool about this team, apart from that marketing aspect, what they're actually done is they've got some very strategic partners when it comes down to merchandise. And I think this is a very key point, which then leads into why I think this is well worth looking at and well worth considering. So they're the official merchandise partners of Llamaverse, Illogic's Squishy Squad, and then they'll have one more. Now, what this means is it means that they're not just kind of slapping a logo on. The idea is that, like Bento and Squishy Squad, Bento will want to be putting out some merch for the Squishy fam, and the idea is that these guys will be able to create the merchandise for them, take care of take some of the design language that Squishy Squad has, take some of their assets, create some high quality merchandise. Now, this isn't just a nothing like a blank shirt that they've thrown this on. This is cut and sew. This is the kind of thing that is good. This isn't bulk ordered. They actually kind of have this made. So they want to kind of do that for Squishy Squad, but they're also going to be doing it for Illogic's and Llamaverse. And the idea is that they're actually kind of partnering with these people to kind of make these moves. Now, I think this is very smart by them, because what it does is they're able to provide value to brands that are already launched and established in the NFT space. This means that they're able to then bargain and negotiate when it comes down to kind of riding the clout of these projects. So the idea is that Bento will kind of be able to get these guys to get all of the Squishy fam some really cool merch. Same with Llama and Illogic's. Now, when I dove a little bit deeper about what they wanted to do, where it gets very interesting is they also want to then build in the tokenization of what they're actually doing. So the idea is they can then run up some merchandise for someone like Squishy Squad. They will then hold back some of that merchandise, and then holders of MEE NFT will be able to generate tokens by staking. Then they will be able to use those tokens to then get some of that merchandise. But where this moves forward is the fact that they're actually working with the team from Illogic's when it comes down to what would be the whitelist marketplace. So the idea is now they've got a product and a business model that makes sense. So it means that the hot up and coming project can then do a merchandise collab before the launch. So you can imagine something like sort of PXN, something like when Invisible Friends was doing some stuff, but they were kind of part of Random Character Collective. Any hyped project, they're able to kind of run up a small mini batch of merchandise, get it sent to that team so they can kind of raffle off, send out whatever, but then in exchange get some of these whitelist spots, which can then go back into their system, which then helps out the people that actually kind of want them, because the people that want them, they're staking, they're getting tokens, and they build up that whitelist marketplace. long term, this is great because if they want to margin this shirt at sort of $30, they can then kind of get them made for $25, sell them for $30, take a $5 margin on each kind of shirt, and then that can go back into the business and keep funding it to keep all the kind of designers happy, to keep the project running. So the fact is the project can run. Now, something that I think is also good, that is the fact that you're able to kind of set up the project in a way to then make sure that without kind of being shareholders, the holders of MEE NFT can then become vested in the actual success of the brand. So I've just done a lot of talking really quick about what they're doing and how they actually want to run out, but I think I've done a decent kind of explanation of what they're actually trying to do. They want to have a real world physical business, something that can actually kind of have the production, have the design, manufacture, and distribution of sort of merchandise in a really cool way and kind of incorporate that. And I think that is very cool. It's smart by them to do this, but it also plays out longer term for the holders, because right now, and it's not even right now, we have been in a flippers market for almost as long as anyone can remember. People almost don't want to hold onto a project and has no incentive to hold onto a project longer term. But what the guys at MEE are doing, or Born to Be Me, they're trying to build some value that you can't realize from day one, but you will realize very soon after, without having to wait a year for a game, but also without having to without it being priced in from day one when it comes down to what they're doing and the ball being dropped and the floor price crashing. So where I see the guys working really well is they know how to network, they know how to kind of build up quality collaborations, they know how to market, and they've got a product that I think people would like and up and coming projects will love to do, because it's easy enough to kind of sign off on a run of 25 and then have those sent off and raffled off within a community. And that it's really good. It's a very smart play. Now, the reason that I kind of keep talking about the play and a little bit of a longer run is when I see what the guys are doing here, I don't think this is necessarily for the flippers. There will be flippers, and I think that's fine and that's healthy. You need flippers to kind of get that volume up. But the reason I think this is a slightly longer term play is the fact that they will get some banger kind of whitelist spots in the short term. So even right now, they're able to kind of generate and get some really good connections, really good collabs going. They're going to be able to do more and more and more as soon as they have launched. They'll have some funding to kind of pump that back into it, refine that system. They'll then be able to really push forward, get more spots. Then whatever happens and the meta that ever changes, they're going to be fine because they've tokenized what they're doing. And I don't think merchandise will disappear. And I can definitely see down the line a position where you've got these bigger Web 2 brands, they're able to then facilitate what they've got and what they're doing and go, hey, let's do a collaboration. And you can just see a fashion brand or a brand that could do some stuff when it comes down to merchandise easily go, hey, here are our assets, let's do a collaboration, and then you're good to go. This is a very smart play by the guys. And the reason I wanted them to send this out before actually kind of sort of making this video, because I've been sitting on this for a month, is the fact that I wanted to kind of show you what the actual kind of quality of the product is, how it kind of looks, and show you the fact that they actually do have a brand based around it and they're not just kind of all talk. And I think that's very special when it comes down to what these guys are currently doing. So and you can kind of see Bento's Squishy Squad thing here. So this image here is almost kind of a recreation of Bento's sort of profile picture here, which I think is pretty cool. And the idea is that when Bento hit 250k on Twitter, they kind of want to kind of retweet him and tag him in. So that's kind of circling back to the fact that they've got some really cool marketing techniques to kind of get in front of people, which I think is really, really cool. So for me, I've kind of run my mouth and haven't really spoken about the supply, the price, all that, because I think that is irrelevant when you start to have a look at how this team is moving. Because you'll hear in the space over and over, you like bet on the team, don't necessarily bet on the art or bet on the utility. If you're betting on the team to actually execute what you want, you're then going to end up with a great project. And I think this is one of those things where the team are kind of working hard, going relentless, and really want to work this forward. So I think that is a very good play. So that is my breakdown of MEE NFT, or Born to Be Me. So I think this is well worth being across. And when you kind of do follow them on Twitter, you can then jump into the Discord when they kind of open them up, jump into some of these whitelist giveaways, and actually do some very good kind of positioning when it comes down to this project, because I think it's well worth watching. When it comes down to my strategy for this, if you can't get onto the whitelist, this is one of those projects where I do believe if you watch it and you put it on your radar and you watch it a week or two after the reveal, floor price will drop, people get sort of tired of it, people won't see their 10x's, people will paper hand. You'll then be able to come in and just grab something and then be able to kind of like ride it out. So I feel like with this project, this isn't one of these projects where I'm like, hey, I think you should just like get in a flip pre-reveal. If you can't get in on the whitelist, I would sort of proactively wait, look at the floor and see where it goes, and then kind of snatch something up, because they're already working with a team and they're already working with Illogics, and Illogics are actually kind of executing some stuff right now. So I think that this is a really good play. So hopefully you found value in this video. If you did, please consider hitting up that subscribe button, or while you're down there, also hit up the like button. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.